What's the deal, YouTube? So we back in the whip again. It's been a minute since I done one of these. Last time I was here, my car started going off, started ticking while I was trying to record a video. I had to chop it, cut it up, but we got that problem taken care of, thankfully. Um, it had been something I had been putting off anyway, so gratefully, I'm thankful that it got taken care of. Ain't got to deal with that no more, man. Might be able to do more videos in the car. I can actually have people sitting in my car and not feel embarrassed about it or be like, damn, bro, this it's irritating. But nah, that's beside the point. I started a video yesterday in the crib, but I didn't really get to finish it because a roommate of mine's walked in. So I ain't got comfortable to the point where I be wanting to talk while other people in the, I just want to record my videos kind of in silence, be left alone with my thoughts so I can think about what I'm saying, because I'll just be freestyling this stuff right now. It's probably not the best thing to do. I mean, planning and having notes and bullet points is always probably going to supersede that, but at this point and where I'm at, I just feel like spitting off the top is the best way to be my authentic self, for y'all to get to know me and who I am. And but I was just gonna talk about the fact that every day, man, we're trying to be the best version of ourselves and figure out where we fit, where we belong, overcome our fears, overcome our desires, fight against being the person, your old self, you know. You constantly trying to be better than you were yesterday. Um, and like I always say, how I've been through that process of hearing a lot of people talk about purpose and stuff like that. And it's been a constant battle for me, man, because it is something that is important. What drives you? What pushes you? What fuels you, you know? And I had, even now, you know, because every day we're evolving, bro. Like, life has its ups and downs, its ebbs and flows. You can be one way one minute and another way to another minute. It's kind of like you got people in school, how they can think they want one major and then they switch, and then they switch to another. It's like every day you're constantly evolving, trying to figure out who you are and what you want to be. I don't think that's just something that's just settled. Cause yeah, you obviously you want to continue to grow and find your place in life. You should never stop evolving or never want to stop evolving and stop learning. Cause we never got it all figured out. But for me, my family, I would say, was always like, at least my mom's side, like, was really musical. You know, I grew up in the church. Not so much on my dad's side. Not that my dad's side, like, we aren't religious or weren't like religious growing up. It's just my mom had me, like my granny, like they had me in the church every weekend, like every Sunday. Like, so it was that type of lifestyle. And you know, my brothers and my cousins, they were all like musical. They could play the drums, saxophone, violin, stuff like that, guitar, piano, like, and that never like clicked with me. Like, I never got into that. I never grew up with that. Like, I just never learned or never had the desire to want to learn. And it's like, damn, like, you try to figure out where you fit in. Like, and I would write music at a point in my life. I was writing music. So I guess that is, I don't guess, but that is a musical talent. You know, I was making music for a little bit. I would write my raps and stuff, but just if I didn't feel like I was coming across as myself, I didn't want to continue to do it, you know? Like, I just didn't, bruh. So I stopped doing that. And like my little brother, he dances. Like, he's been dancing since he was a child, bro, since he was like a little kid. And it's crazy to still see him doing that now. Like, that's his vision. That's what he wants to do. So just trying to figure it out, man, where you fit in this life and what are you passionate about and what fuels you. And I'm starting to just understand, and maybe it's just a phase in my life, a course in my life, a redirection of where my priorities are. What am I thinking about? How can I elevate to the next level? How can I push myself to the next level to be a better man, to up myself, up my game? Because at this point, like, I'm in the prime years of my life. I'm still at a point where I can still do things. As long as you have breath, you can do things, bro. As long as you have your health and your breath and you wake up, you have another opportunity to be great. But what I mean is that I'm 35. I'm in the prime years of my life, still trying to figure this shit out. And I played sports in high school. First thing I ever did was cross country. And then I went to track. I tried football. I never even really like knew how fun football was until like I started playing like in high school. Like, it would have been dope to like play in Pop Warner and stuff like that. But it wasn't my calling, obviously. But what sports did teach me is that I love fitness. I love being in shape. I love, athletic activities. So for me, I would say, at this point in my life, like, I'm really big on trying to do fitness and talk about fitness. Am I expert? Hell no. I don't know everything. Like I told y'all, I don't meal prep. Not that I'm against that. I think it's smart. I just like to cook my meals I cook something every single day. It gives me, because everybody's different. Everybody's life is different. I've talked about my life on here in as many videos as I've made, and it shared my testimony and my story and what I've been dealing with and what I'm going through to try and become a better person. And for me, I don't meal prep because then that gives me less things to do throughout the day. But I don't have a lifestyle where I'm that busy where I can't cook every day. Um, and that's just another thing that gives me something else to do through the day to pass the time. I look forward to prepping my meal and cooking it and sitting down and enjoying it. And also just the variety of cooking. I don't want to eat the same thing for a whole week or 2 weeks, whatever the hell that is. I don't want to do that. So, also people who like map out, they talk about macros and all that and weighing their foods and stuff. I don't do any of that. I think it's not a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. Maybe if I was trying to bulk and add weight, then possibly I would buy a scale and weigh my foods and stuff. And for y'all that want that type of information, then I'm just not the guy to listen to. Um, all I'm about is just making sure I don't overeat. And yeah, weighing your food helps with that. But if you've ate too much, bruh. You just know. That's why I said if I'm trying to bulk, I would more so weigh my food. Like, if you've been eating a lot all day, like, what you put in your mouth all day, what you've been eating, or what you've been consuming. And every package that you open has the calories per serving on it and how much. Like, so it's just a thing, Like I said, sometimes I'll skip breakfast to give myself more room for a bigger dinner. And what I eat is whole foods. Like, so if I buy some chicken breast and some sweet potatoes and I skipped breakfast with eggs and toast and like whatever I decide to add with that, then I know that a helping of chicken breast and sweet potatoes with some spinach is not gonna, like, oh my God, I ate too much throughout that day. Like, and I'm not really worried about eating under either. Like, that's not a thing to me. Um, Especially if you're trying to like lose weight or stay lean or whatever. Like, I wouldn't where it stressed too much about like you didn't eat enough. Like that's a good thing in my opinion. Um, and yeah, you just kind of trust your body. And I've been doing it for so long now. Like I have a routine of what I eat. Like I just know without having to weigh my foods. That's what I'm saying. I just know what my body requires and where I feel good at. And I know if I've eaten enough or not, or I've ate too much. I can just feel it at this point. Once you do it enough, I don't have to do that stuff. That's just a want to. That's something that if you want to do that, do it. That's everybody's fitness journey. I've continued to say that everybody's journey is different. Don't try to be like the next person. Enjoy the journey and your process for yourself and what works for you, what you like to eat, because you might not like to eat what I like to eat. Um, I like asparagus. You might not like asparagus. So I'm not going to force anything on somebody that they can't stick with. You might like Brussels sprouts instead. So eat those. Continue to eat those if that's what you know you can stay consistent with. Um, but yeah, it's just going through the process of learning myself, man, and it's been a journey. Not losing my faith, understanding that I'm not perfect and I've done things that I'm not proud of, and that I may be, just it may be embarrassing to talk about, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. Like, I'm sharing my testimony. If I was that afraid to share it and talk about it, then I would not put it in front of the whole world to see. Like, I wouldn't share it with y'all. I would continue to sulk and live in that misery and live in that space in my head that continues to doubt, continues to tell me that, you know, just continues to hold me back. And I've been watching videos of other people, um, and I can't think of their names right now, but I would like to. I should see. This is why notes are important. But I've been just watching other YouTubers, man, and a guy talking about how financially working at a warehouse job, how if you just lock in, you can save money like that. How to save your first 10K and stuff like that, putting money away going on. And if y'all watching me by any chance, anybody comes across this, he always talks about 90-day runs, and it's all recent to cut. And then I think the lady I've been watching is Elephants in the Room, but she kind of dealing with the same thing or has dealt with the same thing that I deal with, and it's learning how to make people uncomfortable, like being comfortable with making other people uncomfortable. Stop shrinking yourself to please people. And, that's an everyday thing for me, especially when it comes to women, because I don't have a lot of experience talking to girls like that. I can talk to women. That's not the issue. It's talking to girls that I like. That's the problem. Approaching women that I actually am fond of. Talking to women, I can have a conversation with a woman like, okay, that's not the issue. It's when you like a chick, you gotta walk up and talk to her. And I got this thing where you just, especially today, man, but I have to get over that. It's just you don't want to make people uncomfortable. It's just not something that you want to do, especially them. Especially women, I don't feel good about myself if they not comfortable. But I also have to understand that you gotta live your life, man, and trust your character, trust yourself. If your intentions are pure, then what are you scared of? Because you never evolve, you'll never get better at anything or overcome your fears or push yourself or know what you're capable of if you're not willing to step out of that. And I continue to say that, and I continue to say that because I want to beat that into my brain. I want to beat that into my brain, and understand that, because at the end of the day, it is all about action. You do the things you say you're gonna do. It matters. It works. It helps build your confidence. Set small goals for yourself. A goal of mine was to get my car to stop ticking. I had put it off for so long. I wrote it down. I was like, this year we're gonna stop putting that off, because I'm always big on, like, as long as it don't have nothing to do with my car functioning to the point where I can't drive it, then I'll take care of it later. But at some point I was like, bro, I can't keep getting in my car. Listen, it even bothers me to this point. Like, I was used to it, but it just gets to a point like, all right, bro, like it's time. And I was happy to do it, man. Small wins, they all count, bro. Big, small, they all build your confidence, man. And you just be grateful and thankful that you did something that you said you was gonna do. You thankful that you blessed to be in a position to take care of certain problems in your life. And yeah, man. I just feel like I feel like I said enough. I didn't want to make this too long. I started on it yesterday, like I said, and I was kind of locked in the zone about it. And you know, I wanted to rewatch it to kind of pick up where I left off, but nah, I was like, you know what, we just gonna jump in here, jump straight into it, and let's just let it fly, bruh. But yeah, man, continue, man. Continue to push, continue to believe, continue to have faith. Believe me, man, I ain't nobody to throw stones or cast anything on anybody, because I done already shared with y'all my story and how down I've been. And you can feel however you want to feel about it. I know that's how the world works, but that's another thing I'm trying to get over, man. Yeah, I care about how people feel about me. Yeah, I care about my reputation. Yeah, I care about how I carry myself in my life and how I'm respected. But at the end of the day, man, like, we all gotta go. We all gotta be judged. We all got skeletons. And it is what it is, man. And you either gonna love them, you gonna hate them. Everybody not gonna get along. Everybody not gonna understand you. Just try to live your best life, man. And you treat people with respect. You treat people with kindness, but you just don't allow people to disrespect you. You don't allow people to do you wrong. And but even then, even when they do that, man, you still have grace in your heart for people, no matter what, man. Because people can be wicked. We do wicked things to people, or things that we would take back, or mistakes that we make. And you hope that they forgive you, man. Life too short for that. So, man, y'all be grateful, y'all be thankful, y'all be blessed, and thanks for watching.